she's back with another hair tutorial. So you want to see how I got this butterfly locks done on myself, thank you for watching, and see you after this intro. Bye. Welcome back to my channel. It's Moyo, okay, channel name. Anyway, so today I'm going to show you how to do faux LOCS on yourself, because obviously I'm doing one on mine. So yeah, anyway, let's just take a moment to appreciate this gorgeous hair. You guys, my hair is flourishing. Anyway, straight to the point. So I'm going to go ahead to drench my hair in whatever that is. That is a lot of gunk. You probably don't want to know what is inside, but in case you want to know, let me just tell you, because yeah, there's aloe vera, there's neem, there is fenugreek, there is probably rice water, there is oil. So there's just a lot going on in that liquid. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead to part the back side of my hair into a very big section, because I had limited number of braids to work with, so I didn't want to make it full, and at the same time, even if I wanted to make it full, I had limited number of braids, like I said. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead to part that into a very large section and divide that into 4 once the time is due. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm ready to braid it. So basically, as I'm going forward in time, forward with my hair, I'm going to be reducing the sizes of the boxes, but for the back I'm just going to make it big, because when you want to style your head, you actually style the back. So if we're being honest, whatever style is coming to the front. So that's when we'll take our time to do the front, but for the back, big sections. So see you guys when I'm ready to braid, or when I'm ready to lock.
They call me sassy when I'm strolling down the street. I can be deadly when I find somebody lovely. And now I'm ready like a kid. Don't call me mean, I just want someone to love me. Lick my wounds and kiss my aching body. My desperation knows no termination, baby. Now would you love me if I were somebody else? Wish I had a tail, wish I had a tail. Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail, if I had a tail, yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. I would swing it to the beat, I'd be a mover.
You guys are already familiar with this channel. You know that starting from the back of my hair is always an experiment for me to go for that with the hairstyle I'm basically wanting to do. Anyway, I'm just going to cut the ends of that locks, because those are old attachments. So those are old locks. So I just wanted to trim what does not make sense there. So as I said, the back of my hair is always an experiment. So as you can see, when I was starting off, I really did not know what I was doing. So for those of you that always like that, how are you able to braid your hair yourself? You're so good. I always make mistake, and the back of my hair is always a testament to my mistakes. So you have to start. If you want to start braiding your hair yourself, you just have to start, because if you are just going to keep on being other people are perfect, I'm not going to be perfect. How will you know if you'll be perfect if you don't even start at all? Progress is what matters, if I'm being honest. So as you can see, the back of my hair, I don't know what I'm doing. And you guys, I made this. If you haven't watched the video on how I made this kinky, please go and watch it. I'm going to leave the link in the description or in the upper right corner. So yeah, I was just telling my mommy that I made this kinky myself. Anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead to wrap that around my hair, and as well as the lock, just wrap it around. So you guys, I barely knew what I was doing here, but the funny thing is that I've done locks before, but I haven't done butterfly locks. So it's experiment until I get it right. And I got it right when I got to the front of my hair and not the back. So the back is kind of, a disaster. So we're just going to speed it up, because this is not a tutorial. The back is just showing you that I make mistakes too. And let's just go to the front of the hair, because that's what matters.
Lovely. And now I'm ready like a kitty in a dress. Don't call me mean, I just want someone to love me. Someone to lick my wounds and kiss my aching body. My desperation knows no termination, baby. Now would you love Wish I had a tail. Wish I had a tail. 'Cause if I did the
Now the main video starts. So I'm using this Kinky Darling hair, which is 20 inches, and as well as the Expression Lock Star. Chill, I'm going to leave so my real time self will talk. 400 grams, 16 inches, crochet braid. They're going the same color. So with that said, really sounding all motivated. Anyway, I'm just going to cut this into two because it's 60 inches. Who wants a 60 inches hair? It's literally going to be taller than me, if I'm being honest. Anyway, I cut that into two, making it 30 inches. And I'm just going to show you that I'll be picking one of each of the Kinky to wrap around. So that one, I meant to divide it into two, like cut it into half, but I did not. Anyway, these are the parts I'm already done with. So I'm just going to show you guys now the ones without mistakes. As you can see, the back of my hair is looking like a mess because those are the ones with mistake. So I'm just going to show you the parts without mistake, and as well divide your hair. So after dividing that one, I section it into two. So I know a lot of you guys asked this question, how many braids did I do? So for this hair, I did 44 braids in total, which is, I feel like if I did 44 braids, like with the brown locks, I would have finished the locks because there were just 44 braids in the locks. But because of I included the red locks, it kind of made me have like a remainder lock. Yeah, the locks were still remaining after the end of the video. So I did 44 locks in total on my hair, and I'm just going to show you guys how I did it in real time and without any mistakes. So drench your hair with water, with moisture, water, same thing. Just drench your hair with moisture, whatever moisture you feel best, conditioner, water, whatever. Detangle your hair, and after you're done detangling your hair, just section that into two, or how many sections you want. Well, I'm going with two for that one because I told you guys I have limited number of braids to work with. So after detangling that into, well, after sectioning that into two, I'm just going to go ahead to braid them apart so that they won't come back together to tangle, and braid the second one. So once I'm done braiding that, I'm going to go back to the first one I just braided, which doesn't make any sense. I should have just braided one, and I'll go ahead to just plait that one and then include the locks in the middle. So you guys just see how I'm braiding. So I'm just going to braid that into three, and this is not going to be a twist out again. I know some people do twist out for locks, but doing a braid makes it stay better than doing a twist for the locks. Anyway, once I'm done doing the braids to a certain length, I'm going to go ahead to include the locks at the tip of the hair. So if you guys can tell or you can't tell, I'll be measuring the other length so that wherever I end up putting the locks, it will measure up to the other length of the other braids. Now I feel like I'm talking crap, but you see what I'm talking about in a minute. So I will just go ahead to do a length check to make sure everything is kind of the same length. And to include the braids, I'm just going to put in the middle of that and go ahead to braid my actual hair, basically.
I would swing it to the beat, I'd be a mover. And
So to wrap my Kinky around, obviously you select the section of the Kinky you want, and then just go ahead to wrap it around, and make sure that the root of your hair is always tight when you're wrapping. But so yeah, if you have a sensitive scalp, please don't wrap it too tight so you won't cut your hair. But I'm already kind of used to tightness, but at the same time I didn't wrap it as tight as the hairdresser will wrap it on my hair. But yeah, they were tight enough. So once I'm done wrapping that, and once that section is exhausted, once that Kinky is exhausted, I'll just go ahead to include another Kinky in a minute. So basically just wrap around, just to cover up the locks, like where you put in the locks, and to cover up your actual hair color as well. So just wrap around, and that's where I start with my butterfly locks. So yeah, I know, okay, chill, I should stop saying some people. Yeah, you can actually knot your hair if you feel like it won't be secure enough. But if you notice, when I'm including a new section of Kinky, I go ahead to wrap around the first section of Kinky I just finished. So basically, that's already knotted in a way, just that it's wrapped around, so it's already knotted. So to do my butterfly locks, I put it around my thumb and then wrap it once or twice, and then I release my thumb and then I continue. Did you see what I did there? I'm going to do it again in slow motion. So wrap it around your thumb and then wrap around the braids, release your thumb and wrap around. And yeah, let me just go ahead to include another Kinky. So I'm just going to wrap it around what I just finished doing, so that that will be secure, that batch will be secure, and then I'll just go ahead to do my next batch of butterfly locks. So just wrap around your thumb, release for butterfly locks effect, wrap around your thumb, release for butterfly locks effect, wrap around your thumb, wrap around the braids. Chill, let me look for a motion for you. So wrap around your thumb, wrap around the braids, release your thumb, wrap around the braids again. So yeah, that's basically all for the butterfly lock. So I'm just going to go ahead to show you guys another set without me talking, because sometimes I feel like I'm confusing you. But I was so happy when someone commented that what I said actually helped her, like that was the best explanation. But sometimes when I'm actually doing a voiceover, I feel like I am confusing my audience instead of actually explaining things to them. Anyway, so I'm just going to leave now for the sake of those that I'm confusing, and for the sake of those that I did not confuse, please yeah, comment that I did not confuse you down below, so I'll know next time that I'm not confusing you guys. Okay, so yeah, let's just go ahead to the other braids and leave this one alone.
They call me sassy when I'm strolling down the street. They call me classy when I'm serving just the best. I can be deadly when I find somebody lovely. And now I'm ready like a kitty in a dress. Don't call me mean, I just want someone to love me. Someone to lick my wounds and kiss my aching body. My desperation knows no termination, baby. Now would you love me if I was somebody else? Wish I had a tail, wish I had a tail. 'Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail, if I had a tail, yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. I would swing it to the beat, I'd be a mover, and everyone be jealous of my touch. I just wanna be the one that makes you drool. No, I'd be a super duper cool, not a smoother little puss. Wish I had a tail, wish I had a tail. 'Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail, if I had a tail, yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. Now don't call me mean, I just want someone to love me, someone to lick my wounds and kiss my aching body. My desperation knows no termination, baby. Now would you love me if I was somebody else? Wish I had a tail, wish I had a tail. 'Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail, if I had a tail, yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. Wish I had a tail, wish I had a tail. 'Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail, if I had a tail, yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging
So going on with the next section, which will come over the other ones. Like after I'm done with two vertical, I'll go ahead with one more horizontal. Two vertical, I mean one at one end and one at the other end, making two verticals. So I'm just going to go ahead with one more horizontal part. And you guys already know how to part your hair. Just look in the mirror. Have two mirrors, one in front of you, one behind you, so you'll be able to get your part straight. And I think I'm going to be dividing this one into 5. If this was the back of my hair, I would have divided it into 4, but because of this is coming to the front now, I'm dividing it into 5, if that makes total sense. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. And my middle hair obviously is flourishing. I don't need to say that again. Like I've been saying it too much. So let me not go and jinx my blessing. Anyway, just go ahead to separate those parts and twist them to separate them. Yeah. I'm actually grooving to a music. So if you are not able to concentrate because of the way I'm dancing, you should also join me to dance. That's why there's background music, so you enjoy yourself while actually learning something. You get me?
When I go with confidence, when I go to roll our hips and take a sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow, wind it up all night. Baby, take your time, let me know I want.
So now instead of like putting the locks and then going ahead to wrap the kinky around it, now I'm just going to be putting in the locks and then I'll just go ahead to wrap the kinky later on. So that's basically what is going to happen now. So I'm just going to section everything out before going ahead to wrap around. Yeah.
Girl, you know you are a jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. We know like me. We know shine bright like royalty. We know stay keep a day guarantee. And why? So kind of your neck is stolen. You been waiting on me to solve it for me. And last weekend, you had me thinking, oh, almost kidding, I let my head up, like bum, bum, bum. Roll back, then rotation, cigarettes and just season, shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Bum, 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 bum. When you turn me around, wagwan. When the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going. Like bum, bum, bum. Roll back, then rotation. Cigarettes and just season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. We know like me. We know shine bright like royalty. We know stay keep a day guarantee. And why? So kind of your neck is stolen. You been waiting on me to solve it for me. And last weekend, you had me thinking, oh, almost kidding, I let my head up, like bum, bum, bum. Roll back, then rotation, cigarettes and just season. like we could do it all over again, all over again. Can't you, yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Sounding like you're wasting every time. When you turn me around, walk on. When the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going. Like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Figure it's in the season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. We know like me. We know shine bright like royalty. We know stay keep a dignity.
This is back. Yeah, so this is after I'm done prepping. I'm putting in the locks in between my braids. Now I'm about to wrap it around, so I'm just going to show you guys the same step I've shown you since. So just basically in another braid, just wrap around your thumb, release, butterfly locks, all of that. So yeah, and once I'm done with this step and the red one, I'm just going to also show you how to knot do your braids, because that knot is very, very important. See, you people, that knot, not do your locks like that. That will be like at the end of this clip. Don't do your locks like that. I'm warning you now, because that particular braid, that particular locks removed like 1,000,000 times. I know I'm exaggerating, maybe like 5 times. Yeah, it shall removed. So don't do your locks like that, but I'll show you the don't after this and the next one to come, basically. So I'm going to come back to do a voiceover.
So kind of your neck is bored. You been waiting on me to solve it for me. And last weekend you had me thinking, oh, almost kidding, I let my head up like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Figure it's in the season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Sounding like you're wasting every time. When you turn me around, walk on. When the neighbors
Now
yell turn down.
do not do this. So as you guys can see, or if you can't tell, you can see that the locks on that particular braid has already removed. So I just went ahead to wrap that around that particular braid without the locks in the braids. I wrapped the kinky without the locks in the braids, and I ended up putting the braids in later. So that just made one. The locks wasn't secured enough, so it kept on removing. 2, I couldn't pack it as freely as I wanted because it kept on removing. 3, I had to use another color at the end of the day to wrap that around because I didn't have any more of this chestnut brown left, so I had to use like the golden brown. I'm going to insert a picture in here so you see that's what I'm doing now. It's not the same thing I ended up with at the end of the day. So please, If you are so lazy, just loosen that braid and put the locks in between your braid again, rather than doing this step where you put in your locks without making it secure in the braid. If that makes any sense. I'm emphasizing on this because I don't want you to make the same mistake and be like, oh my god, my locks kept on falling out. I'm telling you now because I've taken this hair for 3 weeks, and yeah, I've experienced what can happen. So do this to save yourself the stress of having to re-wrap and having to deal with falling locks, basically. Yeah, you're welcome.
Going like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Flicker wrist in the season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. We know like me. We know shine bright like royalty. We know stay keep a day guarantee. And why? So kind of your neck is stolen. You been waiting on me to solve it. Solve it, solve it for me. And last weekend, you had me thinking, oh, must get in and lift my head up. Like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Flicker wrist in the season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Bum, 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 bum. When I go with confidence, when I go we roll our hips and take a sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow, wind it up all night. Baby, take your time, let me know I want. When you turn me around, when the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Flicker wrist in the season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. We know like we know shine bright like royalty. Keep a day guarantee. And why? So kind of your neck is stolen. You been waiting on me to solve it. Solve it, solve it for me. And last weekend, you had me thinking, oh, must get in with my head up. Like bum bum bum.
I realized this was to attract people on my YouTube channel. So
Shine bright as that season.
that's why
You know you are
I should
jam
change
jam jam jam. Jam jam jam
and
jam.
this is the hair that's trending right
Jam,
now.
jam,
So a
jam,
lot of
sounding
people
like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all
I'm
over
famous for my
again.
hair.
Can't you?
You
Yeah,
that
you make me
said
feel
to
like
go and
we
do my
could
hair.
do. Oh, you make me
So
feel
that's
like we
assume.
could do it all over again, all over again. Jam,
Bala, you are still around. And your clothes is still downstairs though. I don't know if you expect me to remove it from the line. Just know that you are joking. Don't forget to remove your clothes from the braiding line. Because I'm not going to be the one to remove it. So, you guys, time to sleep. But before I sleep, I want to tidy up this place. So I have 4 strands of hair left. So take notes. I did 3 of this. 2 at the back, 1 here. But let's just assume the remaining one I put here is like the half. Anyway, so if I did not do this red, this would have been enough because there are 4 strands left. But my kinky may not have been enough, but I feel like I may have been able to manage it. But because of I knew I already made some kinky, so I was not able to manage it. Like now, everything is empty. My kinky, my expression, it's empty. So basically, that's just so you guys know what to do when you're making your own. So I'm just going to keep these ones as my souvenir, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I may probably do a good outro than this, but